We're in the Ertl Tomy showroom, just kind of showing through some different toys. I picked out a few of my favorite toys. We went through earlier with Bill Walters here from Ertl and Tomy. And we've got Noah behind the camera, of course. So, you know, when I first started getting back into collecting, I was going back through and trying to narrow all these down. And I loved having the 1/32 scale with the 164. And I got to a point, I'm like, oh, there's no more 1/32 scale. So that was kind of a neat one.
There are going to be some unique chase units
yeah,
in here. We're going to do some copper colored chase units, randomly inserted.
So like a copper or chrome kind of a color finish to it.
Yeah, both 32nd and 64th.
And how many of those? It'll be for one of every year of the show, is that right? They do?
Yes.
Yep,
so I think it's 45 this year. So it'll just be 45.
Very limited.
Very limited.
They're getting easier, right? Because there's more every year. But
one more every year.
We may have a few years before it's easier to find. So those are very cool models. Like I said, I love the vintage four-wheel drives. These have quite a bit of detail running through with the 3-point hitch on each of the models. So very neat models. Excited to see those. And a lot of die cast on these too. So, you know, that's a real heavy, nice tractor. So And then moving down into here, this is actually for the 2022 toy truck and construction. So same publication, right, with Toy Farmer. So this is kind of their, you know, partner company to it.
On the construction side.
Yeah, and the new truck from Ertl, this is really neat, something we haven't seen from Ertl before, which is that hood that's tipping forward and the doors that are opening. This is 1/64 scale, really nice detail.
This is a new Peterbilt 579.
Yep.
So, and then we have the low boy with the two Bobcat skid steers on.
Yep, and then we got the little imprint of the toy trucker on the back. And the skid steers, of course, all articulate and move and everything else, so that's pretty cool. Then moving around through here, speaking about the 1/32 scale models, there's another really nice one coming for the National Farm Toy Museum.
Versatile 950.
Yep, those versatiles
So again,
nice.
just a one-time production run of 2,500 pieces.
Yeah, and then coming on up into here, we've got some 3-piece sets, which are really nice. So I'll let Bill kind of talk about the black versus the orange and what the difference is there.
So 2022 is the 50th anniversary of the introduction of the first Alice Chalmers four-wheel drive, the 440. So we thought it'd be cool to do a historical set featuring four-wheel drive series. So we've got the 440, we've got the 7580, and then the 4W220. So these are going to be sold together in a 3-piece set in a nice open box.
Love it.
And then we're going, we're going to produce 5,000 sets, and then we're going to randomly insert 500 of these kind of black chrome sets.
Yeah.
You see they also have a 50th anniversry logo on the hoods.
Yeah, these are really neat with the, it's kind of like a metallic finish to it.
Yeah, so
and,
they're going to be really nice.
Yeah, I like those a lot. I'll be excited. I know you guys did one of those a few years ago for the farm show model, right? The 440.
Yes.
And it sold out pretty quickly, and so they were getting kind of hard to find. So having the set of 3 is going to be really nice. And from what I understand, a pretty good price too. So
these will be available through our outlet store and also on our Ertl.com website.
Very cool. And then some of you guys may have already seen the co-op implement, which was just the singles, and then the 440, which was it a later model or was it an earlier model?
It was the early model.
Earlier model, okay.
With the white.
So it had the all white cab. So now we've got the dualed up models, all new tooling. These look really sharp. I love duals, so I think that's going to be an awesome model. These are really neat. You know, quite a bit of metal. There's a little bit of plastic, but it's a lot of metal on there. You know, the engine detail. It's you know, prestige level. You know, I would almost say bordering on precision when you really get down to it, but really nicely done.
And only 750 units of this.
And those are almost sold out, probably, if not already.
Yeah, they're like down into less than 20.
So same thing with this, going through the collector club or calling the outlet is the best way to go.
Outlet store, yes.
And then for the 440, you can get these from outlet or from Toy Farmer directly?
Or from the Toy Farmer, yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
And those will be a really nice model. There's been a pretty big series of those now, so we're seeing quite a few.
Right.
And we've got another one that we'll touch on a little bit down the road. So we can show the skid steers. I'm a fan of the black. I think those look really neat. The tracks are nice. So these are some new models coming too.
Absolutely, yeah. They've updated the graphics, the model numbers. So, and we've tooled a new blade that goes on the front as one of the 4 accessories. So you buy one skid steer, you get 4 accessories with it. The bucket, the pallet forks, the blade, and the sweeper.
Yeah, these are really neat looking.
Really cool units.
And then of course we got the 8N with the duals, one chrome gold, and then the regular version.
The 75th anniversary of the 48N. Yeah.
Very cool. We'll come over here and we can kind of show through some of these construction models and just talk about. I'm a sucker for chasers, so I love these chase units. I really like that they've done the 2-tone model through here. What was the number on these that you guys were going to be doing or do you remember?
So these are they're going to be 10% of the production run. So yeah, the John Deere has updated their excavators as well as some of their wheel loaders. So we've updated our models as well. And we're including these, what we kind of call a charcoal chase unit inside of it. So again, something different that we haven't been able to do before.
And the opening panels, this is something I'm always impressed with on the Ertl models, especially the construction models. They kind of sneak these little panels in here that open up. So, you know, there's a ton of detail in such a small model. These are 1/50th scale, so, you know, it's not a huge model, but it's definitely, you know, gives you enough detail to where you want in there. So the John Deere models, you should be able to get these from John Deere dealerships. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
They'll be out later this year, available to John Deere dealerships.
And in most cases, I think now, almost all the models that you have, going to your local John Deere, Case IH, New Holland dealership, they're going to have it or they can order it for you.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes, yes.
Yep, very cool. Yeah, these are super nice. We've got a couple chase unit of these New Holland tractors with the balers. I know there's a lot of baling guys. I don't have a lot of baling toys in my collection, so it's our opportunity to see those. Those came out really nice. I really like the weathering, you know,
hay chaff.
Yeah, very cool. Looks very, very nice. It's very fitting. So moving around, you guys have seen the 66 series if you're following me. I did a video on that one not too long ago. The black stripe, they're making up for lost time on those. So one of my favorites out of this is going to be that 88 series. These are a really cool looking model. It's a really unique looking tractor. If you guys have seen them, I was glad to see that they were doing an updated, you know, a new version, I guess, different numbers and everything else. We'll have the 8950. This is a part of the Prestige collection, but it's like it's one of the Authentics tooling models that they've just basically renumbered. So you're getting kind of a bonus little piece here with the 3-point hitch. And the really neat part about this one is the steerable front end. So hood flips open, doors. I think doors even open on that one if I'm not mistaken. So then moving up here, these are the Prestige just tractors in 1/64 scale. You'll see that they've actually got a painted rim now. It looks really sharp. Just gives it a lot more detail, you know, kind of, I think these will be some really good looking models. They got the quick hitch with the 3-point on the back. I'm a huge fan of anything with tracks. So when I saw that they came out with this one, I was super pumped. These are really nice looking models. I think it'll look good on anyone's farm display. You've got the big weights on the front, of course. So, and then, like I said, they're coming out with more and more of these Prestige models. In the past, you know, we'd see an Authentics every, you know, year or so. Now we're getting, you know, just kind of spoiled with the amount that we get. So very cool. And then actually one that we didn't talk about in your guys' live was kind of this harvester set. I like that it was the vintage models with the 7720, and I think that looks really sharp. Be a cool one. And those will come all boxed together and everything. So
absolutely,
that'll be
nice little harvesting, mid-inch harvesting set.
I think a lot of people like the vintage set, so that'll be really sharp.
And we also have a couple pink tractors coming out.
Yep.
So we have a Case IH Magnum and a New Holland T8.
Yeah, those are sharp.
Various shades of pink. So again, something just a little different that we don't do all the time.
Yeah, very cool. I think I've been chomping at the bit to look at this one. So let's go check out the Magnum. This is one people probably haven't seen yet. So this is the new Magnum demonstrator. So some of you guys might remember they did like the Black Knight demonstrator with Case. You'd see like the black and orange and everything else. So Case is actually coming out with a new Magnum. Is it just the 380 that they're doing? Or
in the 400 as well. You can get either one.
Yep. So there'll be 12. Is it 12 of the real tractors? Is that right?
Case IH is going to produce 12 real tractors in
that'll be cool.
Black Knight demonstrator Magnum paint scheme.
Fortunately for us, Ertl has done more than 12, so that'll be really nice. So these are a part of the, it's this Ertl Limited Series, I believe that's what you're calling it. So you'll see it's the same as kind of what that gold pedal tractor was with John Deere, and then you did an Alice, I don't remember the model number.
7080.
7080. So I also have it pre-ordered, so
those
would be really nice. These are all metal, you know, on the seat, on the wheels, of the front steering even too. And then for the first time, actually duals on the front, as well as the back, of course. So this will be a heavy tractor. If you're any kind of pedal tractor collector or even just like Case IH, I definitely recommend getting it. So it'll be a cool model. So
this is a one-time production, 1,250 pieces.
Oh wow, it's very limited.
Yes, very limited.
Yep.
So and available through your Case IH dealer.
Very cool, very cool. And then moving around here, I really like. So I'm a huge fan of anything that's different like this. Usually we have to do chase models in order to get black as a collector. Fortunately, Ertl has actually done these as their regular line, right? So these are, well, they're still probably limited, you know, to a certain number.
One-time production run, 2,500 pieces.
It's a lot easier than getting 40 or 100 or, you know, whatever it would be. So, yeah, these are super sharp. And, of course, it's got the new hood styling that they have on the Magnums.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of that. It's
more modern. And these demonstrators have a really cool chrome graphic
that's right,
side decal on.
Yeah, so it's not just your standard kind of matte finish. It actually has a chrome. And you'll see that on the pedal tractor a little bit as well, too. So that looks pretty sharp. And then speaking on those, we'll have our 2022 Farm Show models. So the unique thing about this year is that the black will be the regular version, and then the chase unit's actually going to be red. But this isn't actually just your standard red. It has that same kind of chrome decal on there, and then it also has demonstrator on the window. So it'll be a really neat model. Of course, we've got the tampo on the top that talks about it, you know, being the farm show model of 2022. It's cool. It's actually got the logo in there too with Case IH.
Yes.
Have a nice detail. And then we've got the 1/64 scale models. These are just a random production, you know, one-time production for these two. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Not farm show or anything like that, but
Right.
kind of cool that it's got the different details on the top. I think it makes it pop out a little bit more than just being flat black. So again, we've got the chrome finish on the decals, so pretty neat. And I like the weights are black and silver for
Yes.
the rim. So subtle little details
Very
that
nice.
these guys went through. So some more ones, as you guys all know, I'm a huge fan of chaser models. So one thing that's really cool about this is actually the Rice. It's the 9250 Chrome Rice edition. So it's a little bit different than the combines we maybe have seen before. And this is going to be the gold chase. So it's kind of like a gold painted model, but we still got the kind of the two-tone with the black and some of the different details there. And then this will be the regular version. So really nice looking models. If you guys haven't seen these yet, the head, or you know, the auger all flips out, and these will be coming with just the grain head, right? No corn head.
Yep.
It'll be a nice looking model. You don't have to try to pick between the two. Then moving over to here, this is actually probably one of my favorite chase color combinations that I've seen in quite a few years. The regular version, of course, being the yellow and the red, and then moving on to this, you have that red chrome with the gold chrome. So these will be what New Holland are doing for their 2022 Farm Show Edition models. So they're the Speed Rower 220. They've got a couple updated, right, with the GPS. They've updated their,
Yes.
I can't remember what the intelligent something, yeah.
PLM Intelligence.
There we go. That's the one.
And the new paint scheme that
Yeah.
they brought out for all
Very
of their
cool.
hay equipment. Yep.
Yeah, so it's cool to see these, you know, different color combinations, and with that red and yellow looks super sharp.
But,
Yeah, I like these a lot. And then John Deere, of course, you know, they're going to have some cool models to go with that. So we've got the 9RX, and I believe these are the 640, yep.
yes.
And so the green will be the regular version, and then, of course, the silver will be the chaser. So anyone that remembers the 100 years of the tractor from 2018
Yes.
knows that, you know, that's going to be when you have to add to your collection. So
You bet. And
they'll
just
be very
only
limited.
6,000 produced.
Yep.
So
And then
the
10%,
chasers,
is that right?
10%
Yep.
chasers.
Yep.
So yeah, only 600.
Tricky ones to find, but
Yes.
you know we'll be going for them. And then it'll
Absolutely.
be the same thing for our 1/32 scale 9R. That'll be a tripled. Bill loves
Bet.
the triples.
I love triples.
Yeah, and I love the detail on these rims. You know, I think the tooling on the rims and the wheels here is just yeah, it looks super nice, very detailed. These models are really sharp. Of course, you got your 3-point hitch, you know, on the back with the quick hitch and everything else. So pretty neat. These are rugged looking tractors, big old tanks on the back. I like when they did that update on the models when they put the tanks back there.
Yes.
Made them look rugged. So.
Yeah.
And then coming over here, I haven't actually even done an unboxing of my own yet. I did the video a long time ago on the WA14 and 17, so I've got my space cleared in my collection. That's where I'm going to put mine. So these are all sold out now. You might still be able to find some of these at your John Deere dealers. They may have ordered some extra. If not, there's always third-party companies that you can go through and
Right.
yeah. So they're a really neat model. This is a part of that Prestige Select series. So Ertl's been doing a few of those. We did the Combine first, and then of course the WA series after that. So pretty excited to see where those come from. And it's a really cool concept that's called Prestige Select. So it's actually kind of a crowd-funded, collector model, which is a really neat concept. So I'm excited to see where that takes things down the road. Reduces some of the risk for the company, but also allows collectors to kind of have their voice heard. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
And
If
so
we
far
don't
you
get enough
haven't
orders,
yeah,
we don't do it.
And so far everyone you've done has been knocked out of the park. So
Right.
with the yellow,
Yep, that was the Series 1. This is
Yep.
kind of the Series 2.
Yep, and they're neat. And you got the slanted front end and everything else, so little subtle differences. But if you're collecting one, you pretty much got to collect them all. And fortunately, these are at a pretty good price point too. So they're under $200, I think, right? So
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of detail for under $200. Doors open. You've got your detail up on your fender and the hydraulic lines. And yeah, like I said, I wouldn't change a thing about these. So perfect looking model, and can't wait to get mine.
I think the duals really set them off.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really,
yeah.
they
Yep.
really look nice.
And the singles were cool too, with the ones that we already had. I thought those looked
Right.
really sharp, so it's cool to get a little variation in there.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll let Bill kind of talk through these models here. They're pretty special units. So
Yeah, this is our brand new 1/32 scale X9 combines. We're doing both wheeled and tracked, and this year is the 75th anniversary of self-propelled combines for John Deere. So we're randomly inserting 75 silver painted units into the production run. These have a lot of detail. They have opening panels here.
yeah, it was kind of a surprise for me. I didn't even know they were going to open. Then he popped that open, and I thought, oh my gosh, That's pretty cool. For a
Also,
132nd.
the ladder comes down to get up to the engine area. Obviously, the unloading auger that folds out.
Yeah.
Your front ladders to pivot. So a lot of detail.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was showing Tyler that he was impressed about, this is the 45-foot draper head, flex draper head.
Super cool.
You can see our replica in 32nd scale even flexes as well. So something really cool. It also comes with a 16-row folding corn head.
Yep.
So again, wheeled and tracked, both. And again, those 75 silver chase units.
Those will be some hard ones to find, but I'm sure some collectors out there will be able to hunt them down. So.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the tracks. Bill's got us covered with the wheels, so we got a little bit for everyone, I think.
Yes, indeed.
Very cool. And then of course we've got the updated models for the 1/16 scale 9R and 9RX. They've got the new decals on the side. I believe they got the new mirrors. You can talk some about the other differences in there. It seems like the lights on the side as well, I think, are updated. So
these are the updated 640 models. So there were some exhaust and air intake changes, a little bit of cab interior, the mirror changes, and so obviously we've got all the detail with the opening hoods, opening cab door.
Yeah, the cab doors are really
into as
really
well.
Cool.
I'm not going to be able to get my finger in there and open it up, but it does open up. And also in the back, we've updated the hydraulic stack, and you also see all the cool weights that we've put detail in there. For
I didn't even notice that. So you've also got the weights on the. I think this one originally would have had weights, right?
Correct. Yes.
But this is new to the 9RX, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is kind of I didn't even notice this looking at it, but you've got the weight set on the front of that, making that already massive tractor look even bigger. And like you said, you've got the weights on the back. There is quite a few changes in there, so I was curious to see how different they were, and I haven't looked at the real one enough to know, but I love the look of the new decal that they've got. They're BMW, I think, design group.
Wider,
they worked with John Deere to get that kind of effect on there, and just makes them look really nice. And of course, we got some more 1/32nd scale models.
Yeah, the 3 Plus.
Yeah.
More of the toy ones.
Yeah, so that's what's really. Yeah, as a kid, you imagine having that as a kid, being able to roll that around and play with it. Like those are some pretty nice looking tractors, but still within the safety standards and everything else. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then for the older kids like myself, you can get the
more of the prestige models.
Detail. So we got the 3-point hitch, and we've got with the weights on the front. And,
you bet. Yep.
Yeah, these mirrors I think just look so
mirrors.
Cool. Yeah. Those are nice looking models. They're really really looking sharp. One thing that's really cool about that 8R 410, I think it's a 370 410.
410.
Yeah, it's actually a die-cast hood on the front, so
a
little bit more detail on those, which is really nice. I remember when they first put that out there that I thought, oh, that's a neat upgrade on the 1/32nd scale model. So, and then we've got some Case IH and John Deere. I know a lot of people are asking about precision, so we can show you guys just got this in today, right?
Absolutely, yeah. This is the actual. Before we were showing a plastic prototype. This is actually the die-cast model. So again, the 620 with the 555 plow. So it's going to have all the hydraulic cylinders, all the detail you would normally expect in our precision models. This is our new
Precision Heritage.
Heritage series, and we've heard so much over the years on precisions is you have all these great tractors, but you need more implements.
Yeah.
So this series is all about a tractor and a matching implement that goes with it.
Yep.
So here's the box.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. So I was actually talking with Pat earlier, and the idea, is kind of going back to that precision classics, kind of how they were in the box. So a lot of collectors, what they'll do is they'll buy one, take it out, put it on display, and then they'll keep one stashed away so it's never open.
Absolutely.
So I think that's and it's a nice looking box with some nice detail.
It is.
So I was curious to see how the logo and everything would come out. So
right below the precision is our 1/16 scale John Deere M. So the John Deere M is 75 years old this year. It came out in 1947. Was the first tractor that was produced by John Deere Dubuque Works. So we're doing a special John Deere M with a 2-bottom plow. It has some 75th anniversary wording on the side, and then we're going to randomly insert 75 gold chrome units into the production run to celebrate that.
Those gold ones look sharp. And as a collector, I know we all go crazy for those chase units. So you spend a lot of money, but they're well worth it. One really cool model too that I wanted to kind of point out going over to the Case IH side is this 966 black stripe. I love black stripe. We had a 1566 on our farm, so you guys know that I'm going to love that. And it's a narrow front, which is pretty cool. These are really nice looking models. It's not a precision level model, but you still have all the levers on there because it's a part of that prestige collection. So you're going to get the levers on the top and the lights on the back and everything else. The levers don't move like the precision, but when you put it on a display, it still looks just as good. And And yeah, they're really nicely detailed. Something different, you know, getting the front to be narrow, and it kind of reminds me of the Polar tractors. So I'm
Right,
sure some
yeah.
guys will get creative and hook those up to some
We've
different
never really
implements.
done too many 66 series
Yeah.
narrow fronts,
Yeah,
so
very cool.
something a little different.
And I love the 66 series. The thing I've always loved about these is the amount of detail in the grill. So that's just always looked so sharp.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with the ones from the 90s, and so they just were a sticker basically,
Right.
and they were cool. I loved them. But another one that's really cool that I like here, and this is actually one kids could even play with, is
Right.
it's got the front loader here, so it's, you know, all metal on the loader, so kids could play around with it and not have to worry about breaking it. It's the
Farmall 115A.
Farm 115A, the L575 loader.
Yep.
Pretty cool looking model. We've got the Super M for FFA, the MD, which is the diesel version for the Blue Ribbon tractor.
Yes.
We've also got the Happy Birthday tractor, so those are pretty cool. On the box for this tractor, it actually has where you can write to who it's from and to. Kind of a neat little model. I think that's something that, you know, being that these are a lot of metal, these will last for a long time. It's something that I could envision, you know, a kid having and remembering that birthday back when they were, you know, 5 years old or something. So very cool. And then, of course, we've got the 1256 FFA version. So that'll be the FFA for this year, right?
Yes.
Very cool models. And, of course, the disc. So you can get the disc to pair up to there. And
There you go.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you're a John Deere fan, you've got the Happy Birthday, the 4020 version. So
Yep.
pretty popular looking tractors. And we can show, everyone's always telling me to do a display. So I'm going to take some notes from Noah. Noah and the folks over here got this all set up. So it turned out really nice. So they'll be featuring some of this. So you guys should be sure to follow Ertl over on TikTok and Facebook and everything else. And maybe they'll be doing some fun little videos. I know Noah is a stop motion fanatic, so he does some really good looking stuff there. And I keep pushing him to do some more. But very cool. I think a lot of us grew up with some of these farm sets, and it's cool to see what's out there.
This New Holland barn is
Yeah, very
coming
neat.
out later this year. It's going to include New Holland 164 scale T6 as well as round baler. And obviously you got to have some dairy cows.
Yeah, yeah.
You're doing a dairy barn, but we thought it was really cool doing the blue,
blue is
color
cool.
with the New Holland
Yep.
on the.
Very different from what
yeah.
we've seen in the past. I think
On
the
the roof,
past one
so-
was a white version, I think, and then you had a red. I think, is
Yeah,
that right too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
It's an awesome setup. I think you guys have had, you know, a ton of fun getting to explore your inner youth while you were going through it. So
Absolutely.
some neat models. I'm excited to see what you guys do with it. Yeah, be sure to stay tuned. We'll have some more videos throughout the week. And I think that's all we had. So yeah, thank you, Bill, for letting
You
me
bet. Thanks,
come and look at
Tyler.
your
Appreciate it.
showroom. So yeah.